Talking about. I'm Cara Kilduff.
I'm John Griffith.
And I'm JC Alvarez. Thanks for joining us. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
What an exciting week this is shaping up. And as you noted before, it's a very important week because
yes, because we're coming up on the 10th anniversary of September 11th, the September 11th attacks.
10th anniversary already.
Yeah, I hate using the word anniversary because anniversary implies something celebratory.
Right.
Yep. And there was even talk today on the news that that Bloomberg was suggesting that we don't call Ground Zero anymore, that we actually call it the World Trade Center again.
Well, you know what really irritates me, and I got really heated about it over the weekend, was not to be all serious right away because I'm the lesbian. But
and the comedian.
I know. Look, they let me sit in the middle. I got to take my burqa off tonight. I get to talk. I get to fancy. Oh, my God. No. You know, it bothers me that it's 10 years and there's still a hole in the ground. That stupid Freedom Tower is still not built. 10 years. Are you kidding me? Like, what? That is just beyond.
Yeah, I imagine being some of the family members. Well, next week, on a good point, next week they're opening up the memorial, aren't they? On
Is that even done?
Yeah, parts of it are actually completed.
Yeah, I think the memorial is ready to be opened, at least enough to make a tourist buck.
Yes.
See? Oh.
Well, you know what? At least their hearts are in the right place, and to all the families, to all New Yorkers, because that's going to be, that's a part of our history that, as New Yorkers, is really hard for us to all digest every year. But our hearts go out to all those individuals that were part of that, and we'll be thinking of you next Sunday.
Yeah, and I just want to tell our viewers that for the first section of the show, we're just going to be kind of chewing the fat, and we want you to chime in, and you can do that by calling 718-460-9802. If you want to talk about anything that we're bringing up or something else in current events that's under your skin, just give us a ring.
Oh, please.
Because we don't want to give the impression, of course, here on Talking About that we have any kind of gay agenda.
Oh, no gay agenda.
Well, I mean, because sometimes, it's like this comes up often with us because we'll sometimes have the situation where someone will ask us, well, isn't your show always just celebrating, gay notables? And we're sort of like, no, it just so happens that, the three of us who are the hosts of the show happen to be of the gay persuasion.
Right, and we work with what we know.
Exactly.
And I know how to be gay.
I'm still learning.
If you'd like a demonstration, please visit my website.
But in all honesty, we do not have a particular gay agenda. And I've always kind of wondered, what is exactly that people are worried about when they hear that? Like, what is the gay agenda?
What is the gay agenda? Equal rights? That's so crazy. Oh my God, I want to be treated like a regular person? Oh my gosh, I have a gay agenda.
Well, it's especially right now because we're in the middle of election season, so a lot of people are almost bringing that up. Like, all them gays have their agenda. And I sometimes have to second guess myself. I have to think about it. It's like, what agenda? Did I not get the memo? Or
no, because we all have a secret password. There's a handshake.
Oh, I do.
Fellow queers watching this, we all get the secret emails that the straight community doesn't get to further our gay agenda. Like the gay mafia in Hollywood.
Oh,
whatever.
I'm still waiting for my application to be processed.
Oh, mine was already.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, my
totes.
gosh. Wow, so you have the purple card and everything?
Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone watching, just so that we can be clear, there is no such thing as a gay agenda. All we want is to be treated like everybody else, and we welcome all kinds of people here on the show every time.
Yeah. A lot of them happen to be queers.
But someone we won't have on the show.
We're in Queens!
Or maybe we should have her on the show because it'd be kind of interesting, is that Michelle Bachmann woman.
Oh, no.
Now, I know you don't have any strong impressions about this individual who is running for president.
She wants to.
Yeah.
Please, God, no.
Okay, Michelle Bachmann is running for
the Republican
nomination for president. She considers herself a much more qualified individual than Sarah Palin was.
See, the thing is, she's not just Republican, she's also Tea Party. And it's funny
Teabagger?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, a good Christian woman doesn't do that.
I think Marcus knows a little bit more about teabagging than Michelle. But But it's funny. The whole thing with the Tea Party is if you take anything any statement that the Tea Party stands for, and you replace Tea Party with Taliban, it's also true.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
that's interesting.
I mean, just the whole. Well, I can't say everything, but a good number. I mean, just they would prefer it if we were in a theocracy. They would prefer it if women were submissive. They would. There's just there's a significant list.
Well, it's almost hypocritical, and it's almost a little confusing because they have so many women leaders in the
Yeah, but
Tea
it's okay
Party
for them
movement.
to be in the forefront. It just
But
scares me.
because she's being submissive to her husband.
Oh, please.
It's very confusing. I really did. You guys watch the Meet the Press episode where David Gregory kind of like towed her on the whole gay issue?
No.
And whether or not she would hire someone on her cabinet.
I'm running
who
for
was-
president. That's not an issue that we should be addressing right now. Then a week later in a speech, she's ragging on.
Well, not only that, but she's trying to deprogram me. She claims that you can deprogram gay. I wish I could because A-list is getting just way too much press as far as I'm concerned. But I mean, it's like the audacity to think that you can deprogram homosexuality.
Well, I think the whole thing is like with her and Rick Perry, like they've got two brain cells rubbed together. Rick Perry, the Texas murderer, death penalty. Anyway, they're just so frightening because they're pandering to this ultra right-wing Christian movement that they are so insidious. Like it's really frightening. Like the direction, if these people get what they want, which scares the crap out of me, like the direction that they would take this country is backwards. Like
Right.
in all ways, it would just be backwards. Like, hey, hands off my body in all ways, shape, or forms, government. Oh,
Well, they want government small enough to fit in everyone's bedroom. Is basically what it comes down to. Yeah, smaller government, abortion. No, we have to have laws regarding.
these people are against abortion, but for the death penalty. That makes absolutely no sense. Like, oh, they drive me cuckoo. I can't even talk.
Just the issues that they have on always bringing up church and state, which is clearly separate in our Constitution, and just the fact that they just constantly keep bringing up this whole sort of like Christian agenda, it to me is a little, as a person who was baptized Catholic and who now is a gay man, it's almost like an insult.
Are they related?
Well, I don't know,
No.
but it's almost like it's like I don't have a God that hates me because of my sexual orientation. I mean, it's like I like to think that I was made in God's image, and for someone to have to sort of like dictate or tell me what they think is the standard or the norm, I find that very, very offensive.
Like, if Jesus Christ was here right now, who would he be hanging out with? I'm serious. Like, I'm not even being
He'd be
a
hanging out
smartass.
with you because you got that slazzy hat on.
That's right. He would be hanging out with me because I got a fresh lid on. What? Come on, Jesus. Let's go.
The last time I was in West Hollywood, Jesus was hanging out in West Hollywood with the gays.
No, seriously. Like, he'd be hanging out with the disenfranchised, which would be me because I'm a gay woman.
Right.
Not you guys.
I'm not a
No,
gay woman.
kidding.
No.
No, you're not.
You have more public acceptance than John and I have. You got Ellen, you got Rosie.
Oh, please.
I mean, oh no! Now you bring up the Ricky Martin.
You
quote,
got
right?
Ricky Martin. You got
See, now we're gonna have
Ricky
Battle of the Gays.
Martin. All those boys on the A-list.
Hey, we got Neil. We got Neil.
Who's Neil?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh. Doogie Howser.
We're just outing everybody, aren't we?
Well, these are people who are already out.
I was going to say Anderson Cooper, but then I caught myself.
He's not gay. He just hangs out in the meatpacking district a lot.
It's amazing that they don't make candy there because then it would be the fudge packing district.
Oh,
But if you're hanging out down there, you can run into all kinds of sorts, and you can actually. It's really kind of funny because I was actually down in meatpacking district. Stop it.
I didn't do anything.
Stop it. I was down there like 2 weekends ago, and there were like reality show cameras that they're like on almost every other corner. Like everyone has a reality show.
I mean, there
going on.
are a lot of studios there. I think What Not to Wear is down there. And,
Yeah,
and all
absolutely.
that.
You're right. But these are literally like they were like reality show cameras following people I didn't recognize. Some I did, but some people I did not recognize all over the place. It's almost as if now the only way you can be accepted in society is if you have a reality show that.
Well, I think that,
Which
well,
is
the
so
making of this. Well,
stupid.
honestly, the making of this show could be a great reality show.
I just don't get me started. I can't
Well,
even talk. My head's gonna pop
it's
off.
such a peculiar obsession that it's I mean,
weird.
we thought like 10 years ago that it was gonna die off. You know, everyone was saying
Right.
how it would never take over. And there was that major debate of that cast member from that show, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, who committed suicide.
Oh, the husband.
The husband.
Yeah.
And they actually incorporated that
Into the storyline.
show. And
That's sick.
I found that so like, oh my God, what have we become as a culture that we're actually almost
That's not
glamorizing
entertainment.
somebody's really downtrodden moment in life. It was frightening.
But I mean, it's what you sign up for, and it's fame for fame's sake. It is, yeah. It's just famous for being famous, and I don't know.
No talent of any kind.
Well,
Like-
a couple of weeks ago, someone actually, it was really kind of interesting because there was a story on the internet that the Kardashians were trying to get their star on the Walk of Fame,
No.
the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
No.
And someone brought up a point, are reality show stars eligible, or should they be eligible for recognition on the Walk of Fame? Because, like, you know, for all intents and purposes, you're not the Walk of Fame, you purchase it, right? It's not, I mean, it's an honor, but it's a purchased honor.
I don't
Is
know. I
it?
mean,
Yeah.
You pay for that shit?
You don't. But you're nominated, and then, like,
well, maybe
you know,
they
someone-
could make it open up like a reality star section in the dog walking area.
Yeah, in the part, but they don't encourage you to clean it up.
But then,
What?
but if people are just getting famous for being famous, we've had reality stars on this show,
Sure,
and we've helped them promote the reality shows. So is that hypocritical of us?
Well, I mean,
No,
it's-
because the ones that we have had on have been beautiful human beings.
and we also understand the machine behind reality show and
Right.
know that it's really much more of a machine than is let on. I mean, it's like, do you think people out there, like our viewers, do you think that they really think that reality shows are legit and real?
Well, I think.
Wrestling is real.
Remember, I used to think wrestling was real.
Of course you did.
Oh, I
hot.
think-
I
well,
love wrestling.
the athleticism of wrestling is real.
Yes,
The
yeah.
storylines are totally bogus. But when I sat down with Charles Perez, who was a newscaster in New York and Miami and a few different places, he had a talk show for a while. He was part of the supporting cast of Real World
the,
One.
the first season, yeah, because he dated one of the cast members. from
No,
that
he didn't.
Interesting.
They edited the show to look like they were dating. They shot a scene on the beach holding hands with a body double.
We got off.
And
we got all
they-
fandangled.
yeah,
Damn MTV.
they created a storyline where there was none.
And that was years ago, where the reality show monster hadn't gotten its legs, because like now you got.
Now it's Godzilla.
Well, now
Yeah.
it's Snooki.
Like I said, it's like Godzilla.
Well, I mean, okay, the Loud family was the first family of reality TV,
Yes. Yes.
and that was more docu-style, but there was some manipulation.
right.
Of course.
And then
It's like documentary filmmaking. It's not just straight out. It's there's a point of view that's
Docudrama.
being
guess.
presented. So it's,
Well, it's always it's
there's always an angle.
it's just frightening to me how just in recent years in the culture, it's taken over so much that things like soap operas are
well,
going
reality
off the
TV
air.
is the new soap opera.
Oh, it's tragic.
Yeah.
Until they start supplying the people on the show with weaponry. I'll watch that.
With what?
Weaponry.
I like the way you say that word.
Weaponry.
Oh, so there used to be a reality show on a premium network. Seymour with Seymour Butts. What was the name of the show?
Oh my God.
Yeah, basically about a family of porn makers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it started out believable, and then by the time the final season, and thank God they pulled the plug because
Pull the plug.
It slapped. It was so contrived, and it was just they obviously set up a situation for a season finale cliffhanger, and they canceled it. Bye bye, get out. You're done.
So do you think that the fad is evolving, or do you think it's changing? Do you think we're getting tired of it? I mean, it's.
I'm tired of it.
I think it's a shame that there's actually an Emmy that's given out for.
What?
Well, I mean, there are.
But then there's reality competition, which I kind of like. I mean,
Right.
I love The Amazing Race.
right that's
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars is my addiction. Amazing Race, I think, is really. I would never do Amazing Race though, because I wouldn't be able to eat the stuff. That
You
they
and I
make
should do The Amazing Race.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like
You
not
would-
being clean and
But you would have to do all the driving because I'm terrified of driving.
I don't like bugs.
But
And they make you eat the bug.
Oh no!
But Dancing with the Stars is stirring up a little controversy.
Dancing
Yes,
with the
it
Stars.
is.
Yes, I actually.
I can't wait.
Well, you know, this year the producers of the show decided that they wanted to beef up the. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I can't. They wanted to beef up the cast of Dancing with the Stars. So they had a nice mix of personalities, because really honestly, it's like Dancing with the Stars has been on for like how many years now? Like 13? Is it 13 or 10 years? Let's see. Next season.
I think this is 12. It might
12,
be
12 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's historically, I always found myself when I was watching it and they call it Dancing with the Stars, I'm like, who that? It's like Dancing with the Stars?
With the celebutants.
With the celebutants. So this year's cast is drawing a lot of attention because they've added Chaz Bono to the group, which is really kind of like, well, I don't get it. What's
Yeah,
the big
Chaz
deal?
Bono is the
Ricky Lake.
now the son of Sonny and Cher, formerly the daughter of Sonny and Cher, transgendered person, and there have been verbal attacks on two fronts: on the transgender portion of it, and because he's a person of size.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's so wrong.
Well, I mean, it's like it's been extremely hateful to the point that Cher has gone on Twitter to defend.
Oh, Twitter feed, Twitter feed has been hysterical.
I mean, if you're following it, it's almost like, oh my gosh, it's like the things that are going back and forth. I'm surprised that, like, you know, Sarah Palin hasn't gotten involved, but you know, because when Sarah Palin, when her daughter was on the show, I mean, that Twitter feed was out of control. So I
I'm a
cannot.
mama
And,
bear.
well, I mean, Cher's all about the Bachmans too.
Well, I can't wait till this season starts, which is in a couple weeks on September 19th, and it's gonna have Nancy Grace, who, if anyone, I'm sorry, but if anyone's was following the murder case, John. what-
Oh, Casey.
Casey Anthony. I don't know what was more entertaining, Nancy Grace or the whole, you know, craziness that was going on that trial. Because Nancy, I used to watch the follow-up. Like when they would show the case on television, I would tune into Nancy Grace because she was out of control. It's like, that girl's gonna be judged by her God. I was like, okay.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Chaz Bono's gonna win
Okay.
on Dancing with the Stars.
I don't know. It might be a toss-up between Chaz Bono and Ricky Lake. That could be
Well,
like,
I've seen Chaz. Chaz could toss Ricky Lake.
for real?
For real.
Can Chaz move
I don't know. We'll see.
We're gonna
like his
find out.
mama?
Yeah.
But we gotta move.
We do.
We do.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
It's always a fast-paced thing going on here.
Yeah. But anyway, so that wraps up this segment. Stick around. There's always something to watch. www.talkingabout.info.